Hello, and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. We take a look at the daily chart. Here on the daily, however, since the video yesterday that I made about the daily chart, not much has changed. Actually, nothing has changed. Bitcoin is simply consolidating. Yes, it's been a very long 3 months, I know. And yes, Bitcoin hasn't really done anything in these 3 months other than a little bit of up and down, and the price has reacted several times to the communicated support zone, which is defined between 61,800 and 50,700. And this hasn't changed, and this is the stable element on the chart. Now, most recently, the price broke below that trend line. That confirmed further that we probably at least have to expect some more downside movements. We then had a micro support area here which broke, which clearly then indicated that we're going to revisit our larger support area. Now I'm tracking this as a larger ABC flat correction. A wave down, B wave up, C wave down. And the idea is that here this is a target area where the price ideally would complete the C wave, which indicates we've either already done it, which we can take a look at on the 1 hour chart. Again, spoiler alert, I don't have any evidence that the correction is complete other than a reaction to that target area. So what we normally want to see, we want to see some confirmation that actually the correction is over. And how can we get that confirmation? Well, through a first 5-wave increase through resistance, basically a 5-wave rally through resistance and then a corrective pullback afterwards, which would form a higher low. Now, we haven't seen that to date. So therefore, I just want to make sure that it's clear that we could extend this correction down lower. That's actually currently the expectation. And even more importantly, this correction could extend sideways, so it might turn into a triangle. A wave, B wave, C wave, D wave, E wave or so. Yeah, so that's possible. These triangles are rare, however, and it would become quite protracted. Not expected at the moment, but can always happen. Especially as long as we're holding, or let's say forming higher lows and lower highs, which we're doing. So if the price does hold above the May low, but can't break out at the same time, then it might turn into a triangle. Or we're forming a larger W, X, Y structure, in which this is just the A wave of wave Y. We're moving up in a B wave of wave Y, and would then come down in wave C of wave Y in a larger waveform. Also possible, as long as we're holding 50,700, I don't have any indication. That a more bearish interpretation is, needs to be adopted. Okay, so that's at the moment my view, but at the same time, I'm still very much aware that we could easily go lower because we haven't put a low confirmation in place. Even though I have to say the reaction here looks quite similar to what we did on the 1st of May, right? So it could very well be we see a bit of a bounce here. I mean, that's the expectation. So we're going to take a look at the 1 hour chart, basically a temporary bounce. So we're now on the 1 hour, no, not now, we are on the 1 hour. And here you can see the more detailed wave count with that third wave that topped in March, A wave down, high B wave, and now we're coming down in the C wave. And that's the idea, that in this C wave, we are now looking for a 5-wave decline. And as per yesterday's updates, the idea is, to really cut it short, that we are in a larger 4th wave. So in this decline, which is a C wave, expectations are we have a wave 1, we have a wave 2, we have a wave 3, 4, okay? And then from here, one more low should happen. This is sort of the preferred scenario. And of course, there's a condition that comes with it. And the condition is that we're holding micro support. And the micro support area is highlighted in orange. I'm going to zoom in a minute and we take a look at that. But basically, the idea is that price action suggests we should see a larger wave 4. Might be wrong about that, but there's a level that keeps us safe, and that's 59,350. That's the lower boundary of that support level. So if that level breaks, I start to assume that we go down more directly, which is expected anyway, but probably not after a larger bounce. When we then arrive in this resistance area, we are watching for a reaction, a rejection basically. And that is defined between 62,620 and 65,335. From here, a move down would then at least be expected based on the data I have, and we're going to watch for it. Now, I don't have any confirmation for anything more bullish, until the price finally breaks out above 65,335. Would that be confirmation that wave 4 is over? No, probably not, unless the rally is in 5 waves. But we will definitely then look at this even further. I would say now we take a look at the 30-minute chart. So here, this is the 30-minute chart, and you can see the microstructure of this larger wave 4. It is defined as an ABC structure. We're still holding below the trend line. And then I would also pay attention to the other trend lines here for possibly resistance. And if we zoom in further, then you can see here in detail this micro support area. It's defined between 60,970 and 59,358. There's no change to that support area from yesterday. And in addition to that, we still have this target area within the support area, which is just an additional set of parameters to watch. It is defined between 60,690 and 60,210. The idea is that here the price ideally forms a reversal. Now, yesterday we were already exploring that, but couldn't sustain. And I made you aware in the last video it might be that it's taking out all the stops from below and then tries to go. Seems like this is happening. Maybe it's going now. I mean, it's too early to say really. But I think Bitcoin is again, or is trying to break above a trend line. Depends on how you draw it. Not yet. Okay. So not yet. But we have another reaction to the support area and a clearer touch point now to the 100% extension. Quick reminder here. If we say that this was wave A to the upside of 4, the pullback was wave B of 4. Then if we look at the microstructure, A equals C, the C wave has now reached the same length as wave A. And it's now even clearer than yesterday. So maybe it's trying to go now. I mean, first indication that we are trying to go is a break above 61,240. And then a break above the red line would be further confirmation. And a break above the B wave high at 61,970. Price action looking constructive so far, but of course too early to say if we've really bottomed. There are some divergences down here, which is good, bullish divergences, but obviously we now need a little bit more structure. The rally so far is only in 3 waves. And okay, where should the C wave take us? Obviously also here we're looking for the 100% extension. Again, this is temporary because I haven't got any confirmation we've bottomed, and the support area still it offers still plenty of space, right? So if I take the length of the A wave, I go to the low of the B wave, then, well, it could actually take us to 64,820. Don't be so optimistic yet. We'll see first if we can actually break above the trend lines. The earliest fib level to watch here would be 62,620. And then the next one, 63,179. Let me take out the ones that don't really matter now. Yeah, that's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.